What's going on, guys? This is Mark from M3 Finished Mobile Detailing, and today we're going to go over the video how I started my mobile detailing business. And I'm going to tell you the good and bad with mobile detailing.
All right, Mark, so for people that don't know, when did you start, man?
So I started 6.5 years ago. When I first started detailing, there wasn't popular, not a lot of people were doing it, so it was kind of like a side thing for a lot of people, so it wasn't as big as it now. Everybody now is detailing. It's like the trendy business right now.
There's actually somebody detailing outside of here.
Yeah, right next door to us. Yeah, so right now we're at a count today. We got 10 cars lined up, and we're gonna knock all these cars out. So a lot of work.
Nice, man, nice. So when you first started, what was your biggest struggle starting out?
When I first started, biggest struggle I would say was getting clients and also knowing how to detail and products. Those are the two things, or actually the three things that really stumbled me on detailing. For instance, like for clients, you know, you hear the same generic thing, work on your family's cars, on your friends' cars, and discounts and stuff like that. So we tried that. It worked out, I guess, a little. It'll give you more experience than anything. Obviously, we're working at a discounted rate, so you're not going to make any money at all. And then for the products you go in a rabbit hole. You could go, like, say for instance, when I first started, I went to Chemical Guys, and dude, when Chemical Guys first started, it was like popular. No, actually, it wasn't as popular, but it was like the thing to go to. And so when I first started, I went through all their products. They had car wash soap for black cars, car wash soap for white cars, polishes for white cars, polishes for black cars. So you could get in this big rabbit hole on that part. So I would say when you first hop into the business, try to do more research on your products. Now it's more easier because everything's more accessible, and you get more knowledge on such as YouTube or just other detailers on Instagram that gives you good tips. Yeah.
Hey, real quickly, talking about Chemical Guys, what's up? Are they all hype? Is the hate real? Or you think it just depends on who's buying the chemicals?
For me, I wouldn't recommend anybody going to Chemical Guys. That's personally me. It's more of a consumer grade product for people that don't do it, or like don't do it for a living, or a DIY kind of guy. But for me personally, if you wanted to go into detailing and you wanted to get the best products, it just depends on what you're charging. For instance, like you go to 3D, that's more volume. Like if you're doing a lot of cars, I would recommend going to 3D for volume work. If you wanted more detailing products, you could either go to Coach Kimmy or Shine Supply or Car Pro. But those are all different price ranges. So, and then another economic product I would say is Clean Tech. It would be another option as well. They're really low and cheap. I would recommend those products first starting off because you want to save as much money as you can. So you could buy a van, so you could buy a setup, so you could buy other things that you need. And then when you eventually get it going, then yeah, start looking into more different products. But don't get stuck, man. Don't buy when you first start off an iron remover and start hitting all these cars with iron remover. So we're doing 10 cars today, and if I use an iron remover, I'll probably almost be out of the gallon already, and that's $80. So that's all your, like, not all your profit, but that's a good chunk of profit that you just lost. So I wouldn't recommend that. You want to stick with the greasers on maintenances and sometimes acidic cleaners if the cars are really bad. So that's my tip I would give to people. Got it, man.
Now, when did you become full-time?
Yeah, so when I first started detailing, I was doing it on the side. I was working at Walmart. It was cool, but the reason why I went full-time is because I had a kid at the age of 20, and I had a father-in-law. He was an entrepreneur as well. He was a CPA, and he told me, you're never going to be successful unless you quit your job. And I didn't like that kind of advice, because for me growing up, my family all had jobs, and they said, oh, work hard to get the best job, work hard to get the best job. But it was kind of like a different different mindset for me. Like, I don't know, like, it was new. So I listened to him. I was like, all right. So every day I'll see him. Like, did you quit your job? Did you quit your job? And then I'll be like, yeah, I'll do it today. I'll do it today. I'll do it today. And then after, eventually, like, I just did it. And I wouldn't recommend a lot of people doing that, just because, yeah, you need money for your bills and stuff. But for me, it worked out because I just wanted to hustle, man. So I started knocking on people's doors. I started posting on ads. I started doing everything I can. And that's like, when you're starving, man, like when you don't have no money, you're gonna figure it out. Like that's the fact, bro. So I would recommend, well, I wouldn't recommend that, but if you wanted to do that, go for it. If not, then some other people just do it on the side for now. When winter slows down, yeah, man, they'll just go back to other job and then come back on summertime. So you could go hopping back and forth. But for me personally, I just did it that way.
How was your first winter by yourself? Did you know what to expect, or was it a brand new experience?
Everything was brand new. So I didn't know anything about posting. I wasn't really like in social media. I was just trying to get the business down and go, like trying to get the most clients that I can. But yeah, the winter was slowing down. Nobody wanted to wash their cars. So I was like, oh man, like, am I in the wrong business? But I mean, with doing time, like you start building your clientele. And from there, man, you'll grow. And you got to give it time. You got to give it time. Right now, I'm in like 6.5 years. I'm still growing as we speak. So, you know, like it takes time. From Jeremy from Shine Spy told me, he's like, I didn't get my shop till 10 years of detailing. And that was like, whoa. For me, I know other detailers out there, even famous YouTube detailers that I know personally on a personal tip, and people on Instagram, they stay with their mom, they stay with relatives, so they don't have to struggle. They don't have to really hustle. For me, I didn't have that growing up. Like, you know, I was at the age 20, I was out of the house. So I had to figure out on my own. I had a son and I had a wife to feed. So I had to just do it. Like I had to make it happen. You know, for other detailers like that are starting, they get sometimes too comfortable, like with staying with their mom. And so it's not a bad thing at all, but I'm saying like when you have like a safety net, you're not going to really strive and go for like extra miles and stuff like that. For me, I didn't have no safety net, so this is my all. I had to give it everything I got. Yeah, man. So that's what I went through.
One thing I noticed is, I mean, don't get me wrong, everybody goes through their own struggles, but the people who don't have a lot of bills, a lot of responsibilities, don't really push it that hard. Do you feel your situation really helped you out? Or do you feel like, man, I should have done something different? Like maybe went back with family. Yeah. If you could go back, what would you have done different?
I mean, always going back with family, it would be good, man. You save a lot of money. But then at the same time, when you have that money, you start buying stupid stuff. I ain't gonna lie, like you'll buy like Jordans for like $500 or, you know, like different stuff you get caught into. So for me, I feel like it worked out the best. Like, yeah, it sucked, man. There's days where you just really worry, like you don't know when you're gonna pay the bills and stuff, but eventually growing in your business, you start to like get that cash flow going. And then, yeah, man, like you don't have to struggle as much because you're still going and striving for it every day. You're trying to make the best out of it. So I would recommend, I don't know, it's up to you on that part, on how you ever want to do it. Like if you live with your mom, it's not a bad thing. Save as much money as you can, buy your setup, invest into marketing, other strategies, and try to make yourself stronger in that point so you could kind of beat the competition. For me, I didn't have that, so I had to do the best what I can.
Now let's fast forward 6 years to now. Where are you at in your business?
Right now in the business, we're still mobile. Yeah, so right now we're just thugging it out for one more year on the mobile side. So we're just gonna keep trying to grow this business and the brand. Don't ever give up on your detailing business. I would say like, never give up, because at the end of the day, you don't know what next week or the week holds for you. You know, like maybe like, say for instance, like when I first started off, I went through these trials and tribulations. There's days where I just wanted to quit, man. I was like, it's not even worth it anymore. I'd rather just go get a job. It's not worth the headache. It's not worth it. But I mean, now looking back, it's just like a funny story. I could tell these stories and laugh. Just keep going and keep grinding, and you're gonna have those hard days. You're gonna have those hard times where you want to give up, dude. I had someone stole like everything in my van at the time, and everything in my van was really expensive. I couldn't replace it all at once, but I got it down and got it through, and I just bought everything and just move forward from that situation. You're never gonna grow if you're just gonna keep that small mindset. So yeah, man, I would say just keep educating yourself about financial literacy, educate yourself about the business, profits, and yeah, and build a structure for your business. That's one thing people don't have in mobile detailing. They're just all over, they wanna hide their secrets. You know, they wanna just make things more complicated. If you make things easier for people to replicate, you can have more workers, and you build a system where you can grow in the future.
Got it. Now, you're actually trying to expand your services.
Yeah.
Tell us about the PPF.
Yeah, so the paint protection film, we came back from Chicago. It was a solid training. With PPF, it's more of a labor kind of thing, and it's more costly. It does cost a lot of money for the material and the software. Just for instance, like the software is $400 a month just to just keep using it. So you're gonna have to try to get those jobs going frequently. I would say like the PPF thing is a good thing because it's a high ticket item. Like our PPF ranges around $1,800 to $2,400 for a full frontal. So it could pay off in the long run. Yeah.
Got it, man. And so you had the detailing. Mm-hmm. You want to get a shop.
Yep.
You're introducing PPF.
Yep.
Hey, you're making moves, Mark.
Yeah. Like I said, man, not everything is going to happen all at once, or you have to keep growing and growing, and eventually you'll get there. But it's a journey. That's why we're doing this.
Last question, Mark. You say your family all worked. They all have day jobs. Did anybody ever say, hey, that hustle you're doing is not gonna work? Go get something secure with benefits. You ever hear that from people?
All the time. Yeah, I hear it all the time.
Even now or when you first started?
When I first started, it was like, oh man, you got to get a good job. You know, you got to get a pension. You got to get this. But honestly, dude, if you grind and you put all your all, if you give something your all, you're going to see results regardless. If you're in the gym consistently, working out, you're going to get those results you want. You got to put your all into it. So I recommend like people starting off, just give it your all. And don't give it 100%, give it 110%. Give the extra mile. When you're working on clients' cars, just give it an extra mile, man. You wanna go a little extra for them just because I detailed this guy's car and he referred to someone that's a high-end client now and he's pretty popular on YouTube. So yeah, just because I went the extra mile. So this is how I started my detailing business. If you want any more content, make sure to like and subscribe and follow us on the journey. Thank you guys for tuning in, appreciate it.